Hello everybody, and welcome to My Hero Academia chapter number 379 review. This chapter is titled, Hopes. Last time My Hero Academia, we had one of the best My Hero chapters we have had in a very long time, where both Gentle Criminal, La Brava, and Lady Nagant all showed up to help out Deku and the whole world in the fight against Shigaraki and all of the Twice clones that were raiding the UA high in the sky. And on chapter 379 here, we open up with a really cool cover page, and it's one of the comic-based color pages, where we see both Gentle and La Brava on the cover in the attires they are wearing now. Of course, Gentle is drinking his tea, and just a really cool color page spread, and just really awesome. As you know how I think about Gentle and La Brava, I think they are two of my heroes' best villain people, and this color page spread is greatly deserved for both of their returns in the series. But we actually start out this chapter not with Gentle Criminal and everything that happened last time, but with Lady Nagant. We get a flashback of sort of what she is doing, because as we saw last time, she ended up sniping one of Shigaraki's hands off whenever he was getting ready to make the entire world go sort of disintegrate, right? And we see that this is at Central Hospital, right after Korigiri was activated. And we see this doctor here, a doctor that really looks like Mario. I don't know if you've noticed this, but we have a bunch of like Mushroom Kingdom looking doctors in this series. We have Yoshi Doctor, we have the Mushroom Doctor, and this doctor, which looks like he has a Mario hat and has a mustache. That's really funny and something that sort of all of the My Hero doctors seem to have, along with police force or sort of animals. Just a little thing to note there. But in the Central Hospital, there's a lot of notes of get the wounded inside quickly, the rain's picking up, friend or foe, it doesn't matter. As we see this Mario Doctor following Nagant, and he's just like, not so fast, you're about to get up and rip off your wounds, it could be fatal. And Nagant just like, I don't care. Tell me where the enemy is. And Mario Doctor's just like, tell you an escaped convict? Not a chance. As Nagant is just like, Izuku Midoriya asked me to do this. As we go back to when Midoriya asked, hey, please, fight on our side. And Nagant is like, he asked me to fight alongside him. And we see Rocklock here, and he comes up to the doctor and Nagant, and he's just like, let her go, I'll take full responsibility. And Mario Doctor's just like, but Rocklock says, here, use this. This keeps up-to-date details such on UA's location and the enemy's positions and so on. Listen, Lady Nagant, ultimately, this is a full mobilization on our part, and it all hinges on our faith in Izuku Midoriya. And we get some ideas of, so if your heart's telling you to take action for that kid, then I'm choosing to trust you. As we see back in the present, Nagant just fired her bullet, and there is a massive recoil going on here. Interestingly enough, we see that, I'm not sure, but it looks like she is on top of Central Hospital, if not somewhere right close by, because we didn't actually see that Deku sort of saw Lady Nagant, he just saw the bullet it was going past. But we see that off in the distance is UA high in the sky, and it looks like Lady Nagant has sniped it from a long distance away, right? And we see that Nagant's body is almost getting ripped open by this bullet that she just fired, as she's just like, I've still got one more shot left in me, and every single one counts. And she takes note, and she's like, oh man, the sky is gray. I'd been stained by darkness and lost faith in the light, until you and my successor came around to remind me how it felt back then with my bright and shining hopes and my reason for being. Now let this reach Izuku Midoriya from Lady Nagant. As we sort of go by and we see Nagant in her old hero costume, and also her as a schoolgirl, two images that we have seen before during the Dark Deku arc whenever Deku is fighting her. And we also see that she fires one more bullet and it goes through, and I don't know if this is the same one that cleaved off Shigaraki's hand last time, or if it's a different one, but as this is happening, Deku realizes this. He ended up crouching down the ground after the big backlash that your transmission quirk had on him, and as he's starting to get back up, we cut back into the mind space between All For One and Shigaraki, right? And we see Shigaraki in here, and of course we see the back of these pages are sort of lined with that sort of static that we've seen before. But we see All For One here saying, "That disposable trash. After murdering her fellow hero, she plays a victim like some noble agent of justice. She's a pathetic pushover, drifting whichever way the wind blows." And of course she's talking about Nagant here. And we get a bunch of narration going on. And if I'm not mistaken, it is done by Shigaraki. As it's just going, "Haha, manipulating her emotions in history didn't work, huh? Yeesh, look at you now. That's what you get for sticking your hands where they don't belong. Same goes for the way you groomed me, using Shimura and All Might to push my buttons like that. All to move ahead with your plot to hijack my body and soul, to make use of my burning rage and take one for all for yourself. I got blended into this mix and became a part of you. But guess what, Master? I wasn't a fan of that scheme, so I hid my own core deep down inside my soul. Bit by bit, without noticing, I started reclaiming myself from the inside out, helping my origin follow that path," as we sort of see a panel with a bunch of hands all around young Tinko Shimura. And we see over time his hair grows white and he starts to stand up and claw out of where all of these hands are. And we see that All For One is here and sort of growth coming off of Shigaraki and hands are coming out of the mouth that looks like All For One's. And Shigaraki yells, "Korigiri, I'm not in control of this body. Stop gawking and warp me to All For One for this instant." And we see Korigiri here and he's just like, she, I am protector. No, Shigaraki, have to. Who, where, Shigaraki, friend. As we see that Shirakumo's form is sort of being made into smoke here. And we see that Who's His Face is talking again, as we see all these panels going on here. We're going back to whenever Spinner tried to reawaken Korigiri with the hand and Shigaraki and everything. And we see that Korigiri ends up transporting the hand over to the UA High in the Sky. And he's just like, "I've got no need for One For All. Do you think you had everything under control?" As Shigaraki says, like, "I won't be your stinking pawn. Unlike those flip-flopping screw-ups, my heart ain't wavering. Everything I witnessed in this world of ours led to the existence of that house. As Tomura Shigaraki and Tinko Shimura, I've just got one hope. The destruction of everything stemming from that house." As we see that Shigaraki is almost in control of his body again with the hand that came over and him noticing it. And we see a great panel of Shigaraki here on page 13. As Shigaraki's just here, his eyes are looking menacing and his form is looking very menacing as his hair is billowing in the wind right around the UA High in the Sky. I swear, I love how Horikoshi draws hair. It's just a really awesome effect every single time, right? And we see Shigaraki is here, and he pulls Deku down to his level as Deku grabs him with Black Whip, and he's just like, "That's the only thing that's going to save me, hero." As of course we know what Deku's goal is to shave the boy and hide Tomura Shigaraki. But now that we sort of get this idea that Tomura and Tinko are sort of as one, his origin is now on the path of destruction. Will that actually happen, or will Deku have to kill Shigaraki and Tomura with it? As we see Jinto here, who's holding the entire UA High in the Sky up as the two of them come crashing off of it, flying off to the side. And we see Jinto's here and he's like, "Boy, is that you?" And Deku is analyzing this as him and Shigaraki are falling off, and he's just like, "Now that Shigaraki's got his quirks back, I can't afford to fight on top of that tomb." As we see Lemillion is over there, he's got Bakugo still in his hand, still trying to save him. And he's just like, "Midoriya," as we also see one of the business course kids here. And he's just taking the photo, and we see that Deku is here as their video's being recorded, as Deku says, "I can't let you do that, but still, I also can't pretend I didn't see you crying there." As we go down to the earth, as Yue High in the Sky is almost coming crashing down thanks to Gentle. And we see that Deku's on the ground. He still got Shigaraki wrapped up in the Black Whip, and they're on the ground getting ready to square off, hopefully again. This is an awesome chapter. First off, a great color page spread. Second off, we get a lot of stuff with Nagant and a lot of cool characterization for her, being that we haven't seen her in a long time, and also knowing that she wants to help out Deku, and also sort of how Rocklock puts it. Because if we remember, a long time ago during Chihai Saikai arc, Rocklock was one of the main people who was against Deku joining in on that mission. But seeing how he sort of come around, he's like, we're betting on Izuku Midoriya. I trust you. We need all the help that we can get. Along with this awesome speech that Shigaraki gives here, pretty much just saying, hey, all for one, hey, screw you. I'm not agreeing with that. And eventually going all the way down to helping his origin follow the path and everything. Another very interesting thing to note is how Korigiri is still going on with like Shirakumo stuff, and how he's like a friend, and it sort of seems to be implying that he is thinking about the Aizawa and Present Mike, along with sort of thinking as Shigaraki as his friend. The hand that comes through and sort of reawakens and helps reawaken Shigaraki in a way is also really great. And just on page 13, the panel of Shigaraki that we get is so menacing and disturbing and just really amazing. And then the 2 3/4 page spreads on pages 14 and 15 along with 16 and 17 is just great. Again, this is now a 17-page chapter, something that we haven't had in a long time, and hopefully means that Horikoshi has gotten a few breaks and that he is slowly getting better over time, right? And also all of Deku's sort of motivations here of, also, I can't pretend that I didn't see you crying there, and I can't let you destroy this place. Gentle is here, and this is just a really cool fight, and really what I've been waiting for the longest time in My Hero Academia whenever we come to talk about Deku versus Shigaraki. I've never wanted any of this Shigaraki versus All For One stuff. This is always what I have wanted. And with that, I don't really have anything else to say. Another great chapter. It's almost like My Hero's almost getting its sort of strength back. And with that, this is going to be Glowplasma231 out.